Rain started very early in the morning hours. The storm came on shore in the Bulls Bay area along coastal South Carolina about 2 a.m. The storm has been accelerating gradually this morning and is now nearing the North Carolina border. This is moving ahead of schedule, and as it moves north, it carries that northern rain band with it. That heavy rain band is arcing into the mountains and across our northern counties and starting to move into Virginia over parts of the area. So conditions looking awfully wet out there as well. Got a flash flood warning coming in. I'll give you some details. That's when all the beeping and noisiness is across the region. But let's continue to look at the track, though, first. Again, I mentioned the storm is very close to the border. It's near Rockingham. This is kind of taken a path that we've been talking about much of the day. The center of the cone of uncertainty has been kind of centered on Interstate 74, cutting through the heart of the Piedmont Triad. It looks like it's going to continue that path. One thing I do want to note about this track, currently it's 12 noon right now, and the storm is moving ahead at about 10 miles per hour. Right now, the National Hurricane Center's latest track puts it at 8 p.m. right over our area. 8 p.m., I think at that point it's going to be in Virginia. I think this is going to continue to pass through our area during the afternoon. When it does, the center of the storm begins to move overhead. The wind should relax for a little while, but as the storm begins to pull north of us, I think those breezes will pick up. I'm going to have more on that coming up in just a few minutes. But you can see how quickly this storm system accelerates. By late tomorrow, this is moving in through New York State or even New England at that point. And before the weekend is over, this thing is accelerated through Canada and likely out into the North Atlantic. Our impacts today are now through the evening hours. I think the heaviest rain band is going to bring the bulk of the rain, but we've got several more hours of potential rain still left to go before we call the rain totals. So far, most of the area, Triad area, is seeing about 2 to 4 inches of rain, and I think another 1 to 2 is a reasonable expectation. Some of our southern eastern areas that were under that heavier rain band early that will see other rain bands come in later on could feasibly see 6, maybe 7 inches of rain before all is done. Flash flood is likely. That might be the understatement of the morning, as every county that heavy rain band has encountered has caused flash flooding in those areas for quick 1-2 inch rainfall totals coming in. Winds have been gusting to about 25 to 40 on the regular, but occasionally they've gotten above 45, with the peak gusts so far today at PTI Airport at 52 miles per hour. Let's check in with current gusts. We're still staying at PTI Airport above 40. Current gust is 45, or most recent gust, probably a better way to say that. As farther south you go and closer to the center of where that storm is, where the rain starts to let up a bit more, most recent gusts are about 15 to 25 miles per hour. So this is accompanying the heaviest squalls, or the heaviest winds are. We do have more storms rotating into the Alamance County, into Chatham, into Randolph County, Montgomery County too. That will allow those rainfall totals to beef up. But the windiest place has been by far and away Greensboro. Right behind has been Winston-Salem. We've seen a few gusts there at Smith Reynolds Airport above 40. There was a 46 flash there in the last couple of hours. Widening the view, the band of rain that's causing the most issues is along our western flank. We've had a number of issues reported with flooding and down trees over Surry County. We'll take you through some of those here in just a couple of minutes. Charlotte area, it's starting to get west of the Charlotte area now. Closer to the center of circulation is moving through upstate, or at least central portions of South Carolina, and good rains are still arcing back into the Raleigh area. This band, again, moving through Wilkes County now. You're about to get a heavy downpour in Wilkes County. I know it's raining steadily there, but this is moving into your region, also arcing back into Surry. Both of those counties, and included Yadkin County, are under a flash flood warning. We'll get to that in a moment. On the eastern part of the state, yes, they are getting additional rains. Some of those rainfall totals into eastern North Carolina, northeastern South Carolina have been in the 6 to 8 inch range. They've seen rain for a much longer period of time, and these storms arcing through have been problematic in the area. There have been a number of tornado warnings going back to yesterday, at least according to the governor, who we just spoke with about an hour ago. It's mentioned that there were 3 tornado touchdowns today, I believe he said today, in the eastern part of the state.